Welcome back to Learning Partners, one story a week. As the PSLE is over, I think English PSLE yesterday, so I will not be going through any more P5 and P6 compositions. I will instead be focusing on P3 and P4 compositions for P3 and P4 students. Okay, I have already done a video on the themes of today, okay, how to start stories, and also how to describe blood, okay, because there's bleeding in today's story. So then, let's zoom into the sample story. I have given you some samples for starting the stories, a couple, but it's actually best not to copy my samples. It's best to actually review the methods that I've taught you and come up with your own introduction, all right? Then now let's move on to the next part of the story over here, okay? The class was having an art and craft lesson, and their assignment was to create a Christmas card. Their teacher, Miss Lim, walked around the classroom to monitor the children's progress. She was alarmed when she saw that Ben was about to use his scissors while talking to his partner at the same time. Okay, this is the introduction, and we have part of the problem here, which is that Ben was not paying attention when he was actually going to use the scissors, which is quite a dangerous thing to do. Okay, so paragraph 2, whereby the problem actually gets discussed in detail. Hurriedly, Miss Lim walked up to Ben. She explained to him that it was dangerous to use the scissors in such a careless manner. He might accidentally cut his finger. But Ben was a stubborn boy, and he ignored Miss Lim's advice. Okay, paragraph 3 is the climax, is when the accident happened. After Miss Lim had walked away, Ben picked up his scissors. He continued to chat with his partner. At the same time, without paying attention to what he was doing, he pressed the blades of the scissors together. Pain flared up in his finger at once. Ben looked down and saw crimson blood oozing from a deep cut, dripping onto his Christmas card, or dripping onto his half-done Christmas card. It was so painful that he burst into tears. So then we have the conclusion here. Hearing the commotion, Miss Lim hurried to him. She comforted him in a soothing voice. Then she took him to the sick bay. She cleansed the cut and applied a plaster over it. She did not reproach Ben for his stubbornness, but Ben felt ashamed of his own carelessness. He apologized to Miss Lim for giving her trouble. He also promised to turn over a new leaf. So there we have it, the story here. Okay, and the last part here, okay, is vocabulary. Actually, for all my composition classes, right, I would have this part here whereby I take out words, okay, that are actually more commonly used, or sometimes even words that are rare. Students may not be very familiar with them. And what I do is actually I encourage children, the pupils, to buy a thesaurus and then to use the thesaurus to find synonyms for the words. Yeah. In case you are wondering what synonyms are, they are actually words that have the same meaning. Okay, so for example, you see over here crimson. Crimson is a synonym of the word red. So the point of this exercise is actually to expand the pupils' repertoire for vocabulary, so that they actually have more words to use, and this, when they have successfully increased their range of vocabulary, it actually comes across in their writing. It helps them to score better in language. Okay, so for the P5 and P6 compositions, because the compositions are very long and I don't want the video to be too long, you won't be able to pay attention if the video is too long. But for the P3 and P4 compositions, because the composition is actually shorter, so I will actually include these parts for the shorter stories. So we look at the word alarmed. Okay, most children actually, I find actually not many children would use the word alarmed. Only the better students use so. Most students, they tend to use the words use words like surprised, shocked, very common. Okay, but there's actually other words that you can use. Alarmed actually has the meaning of slightly shocked. Okay, so not totally shocked, stunned, but just mildly so. And besides alarmed, okay, if you don't want to use alarm, you can actually use words like dismayed. Okay, or shocked is a common one. I'll put it here so that you can refer to it, okay, in case you forget what alarmed means. Startled, okay, also concerned. Okay, and lastly, I find this is the rarest. So if you want to impress your teacher, learn this one, perturbed. Okay, it means make anxious and worried. Okay, so you have alarmed, promised. Okay, again, most children will be very familiar with this. You'll be very familiar with this, but you can actually also use words like vowed, pledged. This is okay, less common, as well as swore. As for reproach, reproach is a less common synonym for the word scold. Most children will know the word scold. So learn reproach, good word to use in conversation, or even the word chide, reprimand, admonish, as well as chastise. Okay, so there you have it. Next time, instead of using the word scold, try to use the word chide, or try to use the word reproach, or even reprimand. Okay, I can assure you they will help you when it comes to your language component. That's the sample story for this week. Okay, until next week then. See you.